For the final time for 2022, great to catch up every week with Andrew Partridge from Michell Wool. Good to talk to you again, Andrew. Merry Christmas.
Nice to chat you up too, Ricky.
I tell you what, talking of chat up, what I had in my mind was we talked it up last week, like the old barn dance. We called last dance last week, saying it's your last chance for a few weeks, and boy, the buyers did turn up this week.
Yeah, like the mega bands, they kept coming out for that last song, and the players kept playing the tune, and the market just went crazy again, mate. It's up another 50 cents in Aussie, and the interesting one's 50 in US as well. So we've got that beautiful EMI in US numbers at 900 cents, which is, if we've been sort of going back through our previous chats, 900 US is a nice little number. It's good for the seller and it's good for the buyer. The market's actually come up to that level again. So
yeah, it's phenomenal. If you look at the trend from where we were last year at this time to this year, it's almost like the market tried to cover for the fact we've had a shocking second half. We're almost back where we were last year.
Yeah, it is. And it's just like that, isn't it? It's a short period of time, which is a little bit concerning. So sometimes when we get this full gusto with China opening up now and realising they got the cupboards bare and they had to rush to market and buy wool and follow it all the way up. This isn't a shipping squeeze. This is actually in China, mainly. Cupboards bare, need to buy wool, need to get on a ship ASAP. So when they finally fill up that early stage of greasy, the market may relax a little bit, but there's a lot of China, isn't there? And they wear a lot of socks.
Yeah, they certainly do, and they make a lot of uniforms there as well. It just does seem that suddenly the reopening of China might have had a knock-on impact for the market, notwithstanding they've had a few more COVID cases since they reopened.
Yeah, and the rhetoric we're getting from people inside, it's the media are saying that it's like the common flu now and there's less chance of passing and this sort of stuff. So they're sort of talking it all down how bad it is. And even though, like you say, the cases, I'm guessing, are going to keep going, but they're opening up, and I don't think they'll reverse. I think they'll stay open. So, it'd be interesting to see.
It's fascinating to see that there was all this talk of zero COVID for some time, but now maybe China is finally doing what the rest of the world's trying to do, and just live with COVID.
Yes. No, 100%. Yeah, 100% agree. So, we're in a 3-week break now. No auctions till the 9th of January. And, look, the pessimist in me a little bit. The market's gone up a little bit too quick. So, if you go back all the chartists and all the analysts, when there's a big run, it can sometimes retrace maybe 30% of the rise we've had over the last couple of weeks. But even still, 20-hour market indicator up 50 cents to 14.50. I've got to go back in my memory a little bit to when that price was last paid in the market. It's quite a good number.
Yeah, it's a sensational number. I know there's old sayings like the week's a long time in football or politics. 3 weeks a long time in the wool market. Is that why you're a bit cagey? Anything could happen between now and then?
It can be, yeah. So finances are generally a bit tight. Exporters, just towards the close of the auction yesterday, like in the last hour or hour or two, people visibly could see exporters have filled orders and they're not prepared to carry stock. The market actually dropped off a little bit, sort of 10, 20 cents in that last 2 hours of the auction yesterday, which is indicative of everyone's just a little bit, right, okay, we've done this, we've done that, now we're just going to sit on our hands for a little bit.
Sounds a bit like Christmas dinner. Everyone's gorged themselves and they need a snooze.
Yeah, good point.
So I guess we saw a huge amount of bales put up on offer, and isn't that what makes the whole trade quite extraordinary? Is that whilst there's a huge supply, the prices were still really good. Yeah,
correct. Yeah, and again, demand and supply, that rules the day, doesn't it? So we've got currencies doing a thing out the side, but if we've got excess demand and increasing supply, that's obviously pretty healthy, isn't it? A healthy sign. So usually one detracts from the other, but we've got both. So in the new year, there's going to be obviously big sales going forward. Our year-to-date offerings have just popped its head over the same time last year. If you remember rightly, in July we sort of dropped back and then we dropped under the same time last year. We've just bobbed our head up above the same time last year now, and that'll only increase obviously because of the good seasons and more production.
Now, I think we picked up as well that in that boost to trade we had last week, after this has been a good 2 weeks, we went back up above the $1 billion figure. Where does this sit in terms of records of trade for the year? Are we still a long way back on the heady days of previous years?
Yes and no. Yeah, but the value of the wool obviously affects the price. Obviously, the gross sort of price. The production of wool, it's been lulling. It's been going down and down. It's just sort of starting to show signs of levelling out. So from a production perspective, maybe there could be a little bit of a slight trend back to sheep, I believe. Obviously, these wet seasons and the croppers are going to be adjusting their sights a little bit.
Yeah, I do get the impression from what I'm hearing about a shearer shortage that maybe a lot of it's still running around in a paddock on the back of a sheep.
Yeah, definitely. I think still the shearing. I think they're obviously going flat out now. My son's doing 6 days a week at the moment, flat out shearing. So he's, I think he's still 3 weeks behind at least, probably in Victoria. South Australia, not too bad. I think New South Wales is still way behind.
Well, could have a big offering the next time we get together and have a chat. Andrew, have a fantastic Christmas break. Thanks for your input from Michell Wool across the year. We'll catch you in 2023.
Yeah, same back to you, Ricky, and the family there. That's great. Thank you.